Okay, well, all right, guys. I think I've got some really good news. As you can see, I got my helmet on. Your bike is running. I was unable to get a spark plug cap, like the right one, so I took a spark plug cap off of a Suzuki G6R 600, and it's wrong, but it fits and it works for the purpose of test riding the bike. As you can see, it's operating the way it's supposed to. Let me just flip. It's operating just as it's supposed to, and has not. The bike is getting up to temperature. Everything sounds really good. I want to jinx it by saying that I think I have it solved because I'm about to go on a test ride, but I think I have it solved. So fingers crossed. My next installment will be me reassembling the bike. As you can see, everything still needs to go back on it. This is just a preliminary ride. I think I got it. So fingers crossed. Okay, here we are. Forgot to mention to you guys before I started on my test ride that I did wait for the bike to get up to temperature, and I knew that it was because the cooling fan kicked in, cooled the bike off, and then kicked out or stopped turning. At that point I knew the bike was at temperature and it was time to go for a test ride, and I'm just a few minutes into the test ride now, but I thought I'd bring you guys along with me just so we could just sort of get a sound and feel for how the bike is performing, because I know that we had, well, some major disappointment and major eyebrows raised with reference to getting this bike fixed. I remember meeting you guys a couple weeks ago back at the dealership, and I could understand how absolutely frustrated and gobsmacked you were, because I was too, when the dealer says that they cannot figure out what the bike is, and even if they figure out what the problem is with the bike, and even if they could, they wouldn't because they didn't have time. I think it is just absolutely unforgivable. So at the same time, I'm also kind of thankful for the dealer, because if it wasn't for them having slipped on a banana peel, or should I say looking the other way with respect to honoring you as paying customers that you were, we probably would have never met. And I'm very happy to report that as I'm sort of, just sort of riding around the neighborhood, sort of torturing the bike at low speed temperatures and stuff, that it feels to me like this bike has been solved. And I want to thank you guys very much for your patience with me and the whole process of diagnosing it. It wasn't one problem, it was multiple issues, and I'm not saying anything bad about the previous technician who had an opportunity to fix this bike, but this was an elusive problem. There was multiple things going wrong at the same time, and it took some patience and observation to solve it, let alone get it done. And I can kind of understand, I don't accept it, but I can kind of understand where a dealership is working very furiously, very fast, very hard through the summer to get that money, to not be distracted by jobs that are not quick cash, which is no excuse. I'm not making any excuse for them. I'm just verbalizing why it is I think that they rejected your bike from being worked on. This turned out to be a pretty simple fix, but it was a simple fix after considerable contemplation, observation, testing, process of elimination. That's essentially how I got to the solution of this bike. It was just eliminating, what potential problems there are and crossing them off the list, getting through that list, and applying what I knew was not wrong with it to figure out what was wrong with it. And I have to say, what was wrong with it was not what I suspected, nor was it what I actually deduced in the process of elimination. I literally used 27 years of experience to say, okay, all the arrows are pointing at this. Obviously it's not this, because I replaced this and that and these and those, and the problem is still here. It's got to be something else. The computer didn't show it, the bike didn't show it. It was like, oh, look at that spark plug cap. Now here I am test riding on Granville Street at 60 kilometers per hour in third gear with lots of power. Oh, this feels good. All right, well, I'm going to go for a few more minutes. I'm going to bring the bike back, let it cool off before I start fondling it, and then put everything back together, edit this video, and post it and give you guys a call. And I'm really, really delighted to present you back to you your bike for the Labor Day long weekend, because here we are on Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, and I sincerely expect to have this bike back under your bum for the weekend. Woohoo! Okay, guys, I just got back from the test ride, and it was fantastic, as you clearly saw in the video. Bike feels really good, lots of power. Tortured it a little bit just to see if I could sort of stress it into limp mode or whatever, but none of that. It was solid, pulled through, smooth in every gear, no issues, no problems. I think we got this. So like I said, I'm just going to let it cool off outside for right now, put another job on. It's almost the end of my day anyway. And have this bike put back together and ready for you by tomorrow. Now, that being said, the spark plug cap in the rear cylinder is off a GSX-R, like I said. So although it's not the right one, it absolutely works. This was just for test purposes. I'm going to phone Suzuki now and see if I can order the proper spark plug cap to go back on there. And between now and then, whenever it arrives, excuse me, assuming that we can get it, I think the bike is perfectly good to ride on the spark plug cap that's in there. Of course, at your discretion. If you want to leave it, no problem. But if you want to take it and then enjoy it, and then when the new cap comes in, you could literally ride in. The bike is hot. I can unscrew the Gixxer cap, put the C50 cap on, and you plug it back in and ride right back out. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe. That's all I got. All right, guys. So, Yahoo! Victory! Yeah!